Have you ever watched a sci-fi movie where someone controls a spaceship with their mind? It's the kind of scene that sparks our imagination, making us wonder if such things could ever be possible outside the world of fiction. For years, these ideas seemed like pure fantasy, just the stuff of wild dreams and futuristic novels, far removed from our everyday lives. But what if I told you this magic is becoming reality? Today, what once seemed impossible is now being tested and developed in real laboratories around the world. Scientists are now building bridges between the human brain and computers, creating connections that allow thoughts to interact directly with machines. This groundbreaking field is called brain-computer interfaces, or BCIs, and it's opening up possibilities we once only dreamed about. Imagine someone who can't move or speak. BCIs can give them a voice or let them control a robotic arm, restoring independence and hope where it was once lost. This isn't mind-reading or controlling others, it's about harnessing the brain's electrical signals to help people in extraordinary ways, improving lives and opening new doors for communication and movement. Every thought, memory, or movement starts with tiny electrical signals in our brains, complex patterns that make us who we are. Now, with advanced sensors and smart software, we can listen in and even translate those signals, turning brain activity into real-world actions. BCIs are teaching computers to understand the brain's language, creating a new way for humans and machines to communicate. In this journey, we'll explore how these devices work, meet people whose lives have been changed, and see why entire countries are racing to lead in brain technology innovation. The US and China are both investing heavily, not just for health, but for economic and strategic power, hoping to shape the future of this revolutionary technology. This raises big questions about safety, privacy, and fairness, issues that will shape how BCIs are used in society. Get ready to explore a world where the line between mind and machine is blurring, and where our thoughts can shape the world around us in ways we never imagined. The future is being written, one thought at a time. And as we move forward, the possibilities are truly limitless. So what is a brain-computer interface? It might sound like science fiction, but BCIs are very real and rapidly advancing. Simply put, it's a direct link between your brain and an external device, allowing your thoughts to communicate with technology in real time. Think of it as a translator. Your brain speaks in electrical signals, while computers understand digital code. A BCI acts as the bridge between these two worlds. A BCI bridges the gap, making it possible for your intentions to be understood by machines. There are two main types, non-invasive and invasive, each with its own strengths and challenges. Non-invasive BCIs are like caps or headbands with sensors that sit on your scalp, picking up brain signals from the outside without surgery. It's a bit like listening to a conversation through a wall, useful but not always perfectly clear or detailed. These are great for controlling video games, simple robots, or even smart home devices, making technology more accessible. Invasive BCIs, on the other hand, involve tiny chips implanted directly onto or into the brain, capturing much clearer and more precise signals. This allows for incredibly precise control, like moving a robotic arm, typing on a screen, or even restoring lost abilities for people with paralysis. No matter the type, the goal is the same, turning intention into action, making thoughts become reality. When you think about moving your hand, a BCI can recognize that unique pattern and command a device to move, almost as if by magic. It's a partnership between human biology and machine intelligence, blending our natural abilities with the power of technology. BCIs give our brains a new way to interact with the world, opening doors for people with disabilities and enhancing everyday life. They're not just tools, they're empowering, offering hope and independence to those who need it most. The possibilities are vast, from medical breakthroughs to creative new ways of interacting with technology, and we're only beginning to explore them. BCIs are about unlocking human potential, pushing the boundaries of what our minds and machines can achieve together. How does a simple thought in your mind become a real-world action through a brain-computer interface, or BCI? It might sound like science fiction, but it's happening right now in labs around the world. It all begins with neurons, your brain's tiny messengers, firing off electrical signals every time you think, move, or even imagine an action. A BCI is designed to detect these signals, either by using a non-invasive cap placed on your head, or in some cases, a tiny implant inside your brain. These devices record the brain's electrical activity in real time. The data collected is called a brainwave signal, but at first it's incredibly noisy, like trying to hear a single voice in a crowded, bustling room. That's where powerful software comes in. The BCI uses advanced algorithms to filter out the background noise and search for the patterns that actually matter. For example, it can learn to recognize the unique brain pattern that appears when you think about moving your right hand, even if you don't physically move it. There's usually a training period. You'll be asked to think about a specific action over and over, while the BCI records your brain's responses. Over time, the system learns to match your mental patterns to specific commands. With enough repetition and feedback, the BCI becomes faster and more accurate, adapting to your unique brain signals and improving its performance. Once the BCI decodes your intention, it sends the command to an external device, like typing a letter on a screen, moving a robotic limb, or even controlling a wheelchair, all with just your thoughts. The entire process, from your initial thought to the resulting action, happens in just a split second, almost as fast as your own body would respond. It's a seamless, almost magical flow from mind to machine, blurring the line between thought and action. This technology is a testament to how far we've come in understanding the brain and harnessing its power to interact with the world. BCIs are now creating a direct physical link between our inner thoughts and the outside world, opening up new possibilities for communication and control. It's not just a futuristic dream anymore. These breakthroughs are being demonstrated and used in real-world settings today. The translation from thought to action is real, and it's already changing lives, helping people with paralysis regain independence and control. The future of communication and human-computer interaction is unfolding before our eyes, promising even more incredible advances. And remember, it all starts with a single thought in your mind, unlocking a new era of possibility. One of the most powerful uses of BCIs is helping people who can't speak. Conditions like ALS or severe stroke can leave someone locked in, fully aware but unable to move or communicate. For these individuals, BCIs are a lifeline. Researchers are developing systems that decode the brain signals for speech even if the person can't physically talk. The BCI intercepts these signals and, using AI, translates them into words spoken by a computer or typed on a screen. This is happening now. People with paralysis are typing messages just by thinking, at speeds faster than many can type on a phone. It restores the ability to communicate, share thoughts, and connect with loved ones. The emotional impact is profound. Families hear the voice of someone they thought was lost. For users, it's a restoration of dignity and independence. They can write, browse the internet, even author books. BCIs prove that even when the body fails, the mind can still reach out. This is the true promise of BCIs, restoring the human need to connect. Communication is being redefined. The progress in BCIs comes from both university labs and tech startups. At Stanford, researchers helped a man with ALS type by imagining he was writing letters. His brain signals were decoded and displayed on a screen. The University of Pittsburgh enabled people with paralysis to control robotic arms, performing tasks like eating or giving a high five. These are not just scientific feats, they're life-changing moments. On the commercial side, companies like Neuralink are developing high-bandwidth BCIs with flexible electrodes, aiming to treat conditions from paralysis to blindness. BlackRock Neurotech has a long track record, enabling people to control robotic limbs and even feel sensations from prosthetics. These pioneers are turning the dream of connecting brains to computers into reality. The future is being built by dedicated researchers and bold engineers. Lives are already being changed. China has made brain science a national priority, aiming to lead in technology and innovation by 2035. The China Brain Project is investing heavily in understanding the brain and developing BCIs for healthcare, industry, and beyond. Cities like Shanghai and Beijing are now hubs for brain tech innovation. In 2023, China unveiled its first high-performance invasive BCI system, showing rapid progress. Chinese companies are developing brain-sensing headsets for education, safety, and more. For China, BCIs are about strategic advantage as much as economic growth. The global race for brain technology is on. The US and China are locked in a race to lead the world in BCI technology. The US has a head start, thanks to decades of research and a vibrant ecosystem of labs and startups. The American approach is driven by innovation and free market competition, with a focus on medical breakthroughs. China's strategy is centralized, with massive government funding and clear national goals. They're building entire tech parks for BCI research and manufacturing. This competition can drive innovation, speeding up life-changing therapies, but it also raises concerns. Will ethics be sidelined in the rush for dominance? Different standards could make global collaboration harder. The future of BCIs will be shaped by this rivalry, not just by scientists. The stakes are high health, economy, and global influence. The world is watching as the US and China push the boundaries of brain technology. The outcome will affect us all. As BCIs advance, ethical questions become urgent. Brain data is deeply personal. Who should access it, and how do we keep it safe? Consent is critical, especially for invasive devices. Users must always be in control. There's a risk of a new neuro divide if only the wealthy can access these technologies. We must ensure BCIs are accessible and fair, not just for the privileged. Enhancement raises tough questions. Should we upgrade our brains? And what does that mean for society? Balancing innovation with responsibility is key to making BCIs benefit everyone. The future of BCIs is full of promise and challenge. In the near term, we'll see more medical breakthroughs, helping people communicate, move, and even restore senses. Non-invasive, user-friendly BCIs could soon enter daily life, letting us control devices with our minds. Artists might create music or art directly from their imagination, but technical and ethical hurdles remain. The brain is complex, and public trust is essential. Laws and regulations will need to evolve to protect brain data and ensure fairness. The US-China race will accelerate progress, but safety and ethics must come first. The best future is one where scientists, ethicists, and the public guide this technology together. BCIs can heal, empower, and connect us in ways we're just beginning to imagine. With wisdom and care, we can build a better future for everyone.